Welcome to Who You Got, a show where we look at upcoming sports matchups, and since I'm the host, I assume I'm right. I'm Jacob Senstead. I'm joined by DITV's Casey Lindekrantz. Casey, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me, Jacob.
Anytime. So our first matchup is the Philadelphia Eagles versus your Seahawks. Casey, who you got?
This one's a tough one for me. The Eagles have Carson Wentz, and he's playing like an MVP right now, but the Seahawks always manage to play to the level of whoever they have to play against that week, and in the end, I think Russell Wilson's going to do Russell Wilson things, and they're going to come away with a win, albeit probably by a field goal.
You know, I like Russell Wilson. I think the Eagles, they're a good team. They haven't had a lot of, I would say, tough competition. Their division's kind of been lackluster. They've had a few games, like they played the Giants, they played the Bears. With the Seahawks, Russell Wilson, he catches lightning in a bottle. I think he is a really good quarterback. He's got a really good bond with Jimmy Graham. However, I think that they've got a lot of defensive injuries that are holding them down right now. Sherman's out, Chancellor's out, Earl Thomas has been banged up. So he's going to kind of have to keep that defense in line and really try to hold it down himself. As much as I want to see the Eagles lose this game to the Seahawks, I think I got to pick the Eagles on this one.
We'll see.
So, yeah, we will have to see. So, moving on. Vikings at Falcons. Case Keenum has continued to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league currently. He's 7-2 as a starter. He was this month's NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Casey, who you got?
I got the Vikings in this one, and it's not even going to be close. The Vikings' defense is amazing, and even though the Falcons have Sanu, they have Jones, they have Toilolo, and Cooper, I don't think they're going to come away with it.
You know, I got to agree with you. I think the Vikings are going to win right now. They're playing red hot. The Falcons have had a couple of really good games with Julio. Past 3 games in a row, he's had a couple touchdowns. I think he's averaged 2 a game right now. But I think Xavier Rhodes is an excellent shutdown corner. I think he might give up 1 or 2 big plays to Jones just because it's Julio Jones. Julio does what Julio does. Yeah. But they have Trey Waynes. They have Terrence Newman also back there to help. They've got Harrison Smith. I think they've got a really good secondary in Minnesota. They've got a good defense overall. Every level that the Vikings have on defense is good. And then you got to think with Adam Thielen playing the way he's playing, Case Keenum's going to stay well. I don't think Atlanta's going to be able to shut down the run game the Vikings have right now. Vikings haven't allowed 100 rushing yards all season to an opponent. They've come close. Abdullah got 94 when they played the Lions. But I think they're going to be able to hold Freeman to a very reasonable number. I think the Vikings are going to walk away with a win, too.
I got to agree with you.
So, up next, NFC South matchup between 2 teams poised to make the playoffs. Panthers are traveling down to New Orleans to play the Saints. Casey, who you got?
I got the Saints in this one. I think that with Drew Brees playing how he always does, along with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram in the backfield, I think they're going to roll through the Panthers on this week.
You know, it's kind of fun. At the beginning of the season, we saw Smith and Kareem Hunt were kind of the dynamic duo of quarterback and running back. I think Kamara and Brees are the new duo that's kind of leading the league at quarterback and running back. I do like the Saints in this one. I think the Panthers are going to put up a decent fight, but Cam's kind of banged up right now. A lot of Panthers players are questionable coming into this game who are big factors. I think the Saints are going to squeak by, maybe by a touchdown in this one. I think they got the home field advantage is going to help elevate them over the Panthers this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to go to college football. Number 7 Miami is playing number 1 Clemson. This is a huge game that will have large implications on the college football playoffs. Casey, who you got?
I got Clemson in this one. It's going to be a close matchup because both defenses are exceptional, except in Miami's case when it's not. But Clemson's offense is what's going to pull them over the edge because they're going to figure out a way to roll past Miami like Pittsburgh did last week.
All right, I think Miami is the team. They're a little, I think I should say this. Clemson is pretty old school. They do it by the book. They got a good defense and a good offense. But Miami's kind of that breakout team where they play up to their opponent. You remember a couple weeks ago where they just smacked Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame was 3. I can't remember what their rank was at the time. And then they jumped way up and Notre Dame fell. Now they're out of the playoffs. I think Miami's going to come in. I think they're going to play probably their best game of football all season, even better than the Notre Dame game. I think Clemson's going to stay in there and keep it close. I think Miami, just based on how they're playing, yes, they dropped the game to Pittsburgh, but they've been playing some ranked opponents lately. I think they're going to come in and win this game just narrowly. This might be maybe a 3-point game. But I think I got Miami actually pulling this one off and actually making the playoffs.
It'll be a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah, it will be. So thank you so much for tuning in to Who You Got. Go to Daily Iowan's website every morning at 8:30 to watch our live broadcasts.